Hello everyone, back into our second weekend forecast, United States of America. So last week, on Thursday last week, we did our first weekend forecast for America, and I said it would become a regular weekly feature as long as people want to see it. The video did quite well. It's had over 1,000 views over the past week. So it seems like there's an audience for forecast for United States, and so we're going to do our weekend forecast United States of America every Thursday night at around this sort of time. So I'll get on that view very shortly. Just to say that if you're enjoying the content on the channel at the moment, then please can you like, share, and subscribe. These videos are going to be kept to the YouTube channel for now. We're not embedding these to galsworthies.com. We're going to see how we go with the response to this. But at the moment, it looks like they're quite popular. So please like, share, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you think. Just say, but America is not a climate that I'm particularly used to forecasting for, so just bear with me, and as we go along, I'll sort of be learning about the American climate with all of you as well, and things will improve as we go along, but just stick with it over the next few weeks. Right then, let's have a look and see what's going on. So the big talking point at the moment is what's happening down in the tropical Atlantic. Of course, this is from the National Hurricane Center. So we have got, let's have a look at this. We've got disturbance 1 with a 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. A trough of low pressure over Straits of Florida is producing a large area of cloudiness and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions are expected to become conducive for development, and this system is likely to become a tropical or subtropical storm by late Friday or Saturday, when it is located near the northwestern Bahamas. The system is then forecast to move generally northeastward over the western Atlantic early next week. Regardless of development, the disturbance has the potential to bring heavy rainfall to portions of the Florida Keys, southeastern Florida, and the Bahamas through Saturday. Tropical storm force wind gusts are also possible in the Florida Keys, southeast Florida, and the Bahamas during the next day or two. Hazardous marine conditions are also expected along the Florida east coast and in the Bahamas, where gale force winds are in effect. And so it goes on. They're going to put up a Royal and Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft to investigate the system tomorrow if necessary. And of course, there will be more updates about this from the National Hurricane Center in the next few hours and days. So this red X just here may well become tropical or subtropical storm Arthur in the next few days, and it is going to be bringing some very heavy rain over the next couple of days to southern parts of Florida, in particular the Florida Keys, and also to the Bahamas as well. More generally, this is how the temperature anomaly is looking for the United States in the week ahead. So much of the eastern part of the states going to be a little bit colder than average in the week ahead. The western part of the Midwest going up here has a surge of hot air coming out of Mexico and out of the Gulf over the next week. And then in the northwest, it looks a lot colder up there. So up towards the Pacific Northwest, temperature anomalies there generally looking quite chilly. So in the east and in the west, it's quite cool, and then we have a surge of heat through these far western Midwest states in the week ahead. That's a temperature anomaly from the 14th to the 22nd of May. Precipitation anomalies varying from area to area. It looks quite wet in the northwestern part of America, the Pacific Northwest, but down in the southwest, it looks very, very dry for places like Nevada. And then moving eastwards, we have a mixed bag, really, varying from state to state. This is indicative of thunderstorms and heavy spells of rain. Generally, it looks quite wet across the northeastern part of America, and also coming down into eastern portions of Texas. But in the southeast corner, it looks pretty dry. And that does include certainly northern parts of the state of Florida anyway. Down towards the south, it does look a little bit wetter there, as a result, of course, of this developing area of low pressure. So this is how things are looking tomorrow. This is Friday across the United States. So this low pressure just here, just over to the south of Florida, that could well become subtropical or tropical storm Arthur in the next day or so, and it will be bringing heavy thunderstorms, torrential rain potentially to parts of the Florida Keys and the southeastern coast of Florida through the course of tomorrow. Going further northwards, there's a bit of a ridge in this southeastern corner, so that's going to bring a lot of hot and dry weather there, warm and dry weather. They have a trough of low pressure in the northeast that extends down into some of these central southern states. Going further westward still, everything becomes very slack, but it looks like there's a trough of low pressure up towards the northwest. That's how the temperatures, upper air temperatures, are looking tomorrow. By the way, don't worry about the timestamps on this. This is from a European website called weathercentral.de. So this is showing 9 o'clock in the evening, but for America, this is kind of like mid-afternoon maximum temperatures that we're going to be looking at in a moment. So with the upper air temperatures mid-afternoon tomorrow, Friday 15th of May across America, it looks very hot down towards the far south and the southwest. It looks quite warm up towards the northwest as well. Generally quite a warm scene across many parts of America. These sort of central eastern states looking quite warm, but up in the far north, up towards the Canadian border, it does look quite a lot cooler there. So I've got several areas of precipitation tomorrow. Of course, we've got these bright colours down here, down towards southern parts of Florida. That's associated with this potential storm. So torrential rain, thunderstorms affecting particularly southern and southeastern parts of the state of Florida. There could be some strong gusts of wind in with that as well. So it could be quite nasty in the far south and southeastern part of Florida. Going further northwards, this southeast corner looks mainly dry, and then we run into this area of heavy rain or thunderstorms stretched out from the far northeastern part of the United States and down in towards eastern parts of Texas. So this swathe of thunderstorms here is associated with a trough of low pressure. Backing further west, many central western parts of America looking dry tomorrow, although there will be heavy showers up in the northwest, up here, up towards the Canadian border. Quite a few heavy showers up there. Temperatures tomorrow are going to have a big range in the afternoon. These are the maximum temperatures for the United States tomorrow. So generally quite a warm scene across many parts of the states. Temperatures in the southern states going up to around 90 to mid-90s Fahrenheit. Parts of Texas, and then going over towards Nevada as well. It gets a bit cooler up in towards the northwest. Up there we're sort of talking about temperatures around 50 to 60 Fahrenheit, and then going through these central and eastern states, quite warm really, temperatures sort of 70 to 80 Fahrenheit, particularly so down in this southeastern corner. So quite a warm day tomorrow. Moving through to Saturday, that area of low pressure then drifts over towards the Bahamas and sort of starts to move away from the east coast of Florida. Otherwise, it looks like that trough of low pressure is still there as a weakening feature, though, across eastern parts of the state's western areas under a ridge of higher pressure. Got very hot air here across the southern, southwestern parts of America, so sort of from Texas over towards Nevada. It looks very, very hot through there, as you would expect. Quite a warm scene really across many of these central and eastern states too. It is a little bit cooler up in the far north and northeast. It gets a bit warmer over in the northwestern part of the states for Saturday as well. So those heavy downpours and thunderstorms and torrential rain moving away from the east coast of Florida, but very much affecting the Bahamas as we go through into Saturday. And this southeast corner again looks mainly dry through the southeastern states, but as we come back over towards eastern parts of Texas, again we pick up some quite heavy rain and thunderstorms from the Gulf of Mexico through there. May extend northwards through these central sort of midwestern states. We do see some heavy showers, probably thunderstorms through there, but then backing further west into western part of America looks mainly dry until we come into this Pacific northwestern coastal area like Seattle. There we'll be bringing a band of rain in from off the Pacific. Many southern states looking hot on Saturday, temperatures generally ranging from around 80 to 90 Fahrenheit across many of these southern states. Going further northwards though, temperatures there more like 60s to 70s Fahrenheit. So the heat is really across many of the southern states, probably near normal to a little bit on the cool side actually across these more northern parts of America. Moving through to Sunday, that low pressure that again is the developing feature at the moment across Florida is moving out into towards the North Atlantic, so shouldn't impact the east coast of America, I wouldn't have thought at this point anyway. Trough of low pressure looks like it's forming in the east and backing in towards the Midwest, and we've got a ridge of high pressure extending down from Canada into these sort of more western parts of America, but a trough of low pressure is moving in from the Pacific in towards the Pacific western coast. Heat really surging northwards up this western side, so we've got very, very hot air pushing out of Mexico and moving northwards into these sort of western parts of America, but not the extreme west coast. The west coast actually looks a little bit cool with this trough of low pressure coming in off the Pacific, but ahead of that there's a surge of real heat coming out of Mexico and moving northwards. But then we've got a trough of low pressure developing somewhere around the Midwest, and that's starting to pull in some cooler air in towards the Midwest before it gets hotter again as we move over towards the eastern side of America on Sunday. Lots of dry weather through these central and western states, although there will be some heavy rain coming in off the Pacific for northern California and then going northwards into Washington. It looks like we will see some quite heavy outbreaks of rain coming in off the Pacific there. Then we have a large swathe of drier weather before we run into this band of heavy rain or possibly thunderstorms, again stretched out from northeastern parts of America and going down in towards the Gulf Coast. Ahead of that, again, many of these southeast areas, including Florida, will be mostly dry on Sunday. Temperatures again looking hot across many of these southern states, but the heat is surging northwards through the far Midwest and into most western parts of America. So across the southern states, again, temperatures well into the 90s Fahrenheit, but hot temperatures pushing northwards as well into some of those sort of western state areas with temperatures going up to around 80 Fahrenheit through there. In the far west around this Pacific coast, it will be a bit cooler there, temperatures somewhere around 60 to 65 Fahrenheit. Over in the northeast, it looks quite a lot cooler as well, from the Great Lakes over towards the far northeastern part of America. Temperatures there again somewhere around 50 to 60 Fahrenheit. In the southeast corner, hotter there, temperatures generally around 80 to 90 Fahrenheit. Monday sees low pressure developing in the east as we have this ridge of high pressure coming out of Canada into the Midwest, and a surge of heat pushing up the western side before we run into another trough of low pressure towards the Pacific coast that will be bringing outbreaks of rain. Look at those hot temperatures surging out of Mexico and pushing northwards, way north up towards the Canadian border, actually with a 15 Celsius ice flow. So it's in the extreme west of the Midwest, going back in towards the western states, but not hitting the Pacific coast of California and the Pacific Northwest. There it is quite a bit cooler. And over on the eastern side, this trough of low pressure again, it does look quite a bit cooler through there in the week ahead. Two areas of rain, one in the east. These are heavy showers and thunderstorms that are breaking out with that trough of low pressure in the east. And then we've got outbreaks of rain and showers coming in off the Pacific, I should say, as we go through into this northwestern corner. In between, though, large amounts of dry weather covering many of these central and midwestern states. There's the surge of heat pushing from the south to the north in the far west of the Midwest, but out towards the far Pacific Northwest is actually much cooler there. Temperatures only ranging from around sort of 50 to 55, 56 Fahrenheit out in the northwest, but go a bit further eastwards and there we see temperatures ranging from around 80 to 90 Fahrenheit, possibly higher than 90 Fahrenheit, maybe up to 95 Fahrenheit through some of these western areas. But then it gets cool again as we go over towards the east, with temperatures generally again ranging somewhere around 50 to 60 Fahrenheit. Into Tuesday, and again we're looking at rather cool and wet conditions over in the far Pacific western side. This trough of low pressure that was in the northeast is generally sinking southwards into towards more southeastern parts of America, and in between we still have that surge of hot air. So again we see this real push of hot air from the south going through the north. In the west of the Midwest, it's cooler out towards the Pacific western side, and over on the eastern side of America, there we're in that trough of low pressure, although there's a ridge up towards the northeast, and temperatures are quite a bit cooler through those areas. Showers or longer spells of rain in the northwest, and showers moving in towards the southeast as well, maybe with thunderstorms pushing down towards the southeastern part of America through Tuesday. In between, again, lots of dry weather through these central and western states. So that dry weather also extends up towards the northeast as well. Look at the contrasting temperatures from the Pacific Northwest. We're barely into 50 Fahrenheit, so just hovering around 45 to 50 Fahrenheit in this northwestern part of America. But go a little bit further eastwards, and again, we've got this surge of really hot air from the south to the north. Again, we're seeing temperatures widely going up into the 90s Fahrenheit from Texas and going up towards the Canadian border. But then as we push over towards the eastern side of America, there it gets a lot cooler with temperatures around sort of 60 to 65 Fahrenheit. And then into Wednesday, and again we've got this cooler air moving in from the Pacific in towards the western part of the Midwest, so it has been very hot. We may be starting to break things down with some torrential thunderstorms beginning to break out as this cooler air tries to push in from off the Pacific. Going over towards the eastern part of America, there's a ridge building actually across the northeast parts of the state. Still got a trough in the southeast on Wednesday. That very hot air is gradually being moved further eastwards into some central parts of the Midwest, perhaps, as we go through into Wednesday. At the same time, it's beginning to get a little bit less chilly in the Pacific Northwestern part. The southwestern area of America is looking hot there, of course. And then generally warming up a little bit as well as we move over towards the eastern side of the state. Heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out in these northern states and pushing in towards parts of the Midwest, beginning to dry up on the west coast of northwestern parts of America. Mainly dry down across the southern and southwestern states, dry and hot through there. Going further eastwards, we've got heavy thunderstorms in the southeastern corner. Some showers or thunderstorms threatening southern parts of Florida as well. In the northeast, it's looking mainly dry on Wednesday. Surface temperatures look quite cool in the northwest, so again we're struggling to get to around 50 Fahrenheit in the northwest. Hot in the south, Texas for example, well into the 90s Fahrenheit there. Going further northwards, very warm conditions through the Midwest, temperatures well into the 80s to low 90s Fahrenheit. But pushing over towards the eastern side of America, there we see temperatures quite a bit cooler once again, probably around 60 to 65 Fahrenheit. And then that takes us through to Thursday, when it is quite a messy picture. Overall, it looks like we've got low pressure up in the northern part of the state, so where we've had that heat wave in the days before, it looks like that is beginning to break down. The warmth perhaps being pushed over more towards the eastern side of America. We see hot temperatures across the southern states, again, where you expect it to be very hot. Yes, it does look very hot down across the southern part of America. Beginning to get a little bit less cold in the northwest, and heat generally spreading eastwards, or warmth generally spreading eastwards into these more eastern and also northeastern parts of America. So we've got heavy showers and thunderstorms moving through the Midwest into towards these eastern states on Thursday, generally drying up across the west, actually, although there will be some outbreaks of rain up in the far north, up towards the Canadian border. There will be some outbreaks of rain there, but overall it does look as though by Thursday many of these western states will be turning drier, and those heavy showers and thunderstorms gradually progressing over towards the eastern part of America. Temperatures in the northwest still looking quite cold, still putting some quite cold air out of Canada, so again we're struggling to get to around 50 Fahrenheit in the far north and northwest. Looking hot across the southern states as you expect, temperatures again into the 90s Fahrenheit quite widely, and then going northeastwards into eastern, central, eastern and northeastern parts of America, actually quite warm, temperatures around 75 to 85 Fahrenheit perhaps through many of those eastern parts of America. Looking hot of course down towards Florida. And then I'll just run you out up to day 10. So this is our Friday, it's looking 22nd of May. Overall looks quite hot over on the eastern side of America, but there could be some thunderstorms breaking out up in the northwest, cool and showery. And then move through to Saturday the 23rd and into Sunday 24th, which is day 10, Sunday 24th of May. And overall looking unsettled in the north with showers, longer spells of rain. Mostly hot though down across these more southern parts of America. Quite cool and showery over towards the Pacific Northwest. And that sums it up. So if you've enjoyed this weekend forecast for United States of America, then please give us a like on the video. Let us know in the comments what you think. And if you haven't done so yet, can you please subscribe to the channel? We'll be doing a weekend forecast for America every Thursday at Gaz Weather Vids in the late evening UK time and sort of early evening for America. So yes, please like, share, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think. There'll be another United States of America weekend forecast for you, same time, same place, next Thursday. That's all for now, though, and thanks for watching.